Shared value is about finding business opportunities and social problems. And so we look at the SDGs and say there's a market here. This is a new revenue model for business. These, you could actually quantify, and this is something we'd like to do, is to actually quantify the market potential of for-profit business to meet the needs of the SDGs. And I think getting business to understand that this is about new markets and new business opportunities and new business models to reach those opportunities, instead of thinking it as about charity and something that's the mandate of the development agencies and the government and the NGOs, is a fundamental shift that I think can be very empowering.
There is new recognition of the bigger contribution the private sector can make to the SDGs. We are appreciative that we have been involved in the consultation process in developing the SDGs. And we expect that going forward into implementation, we move into a different world, a better world, where there's much more better collaboration in terms of achieving those goals. And there's recognition that we can achieve mutual impact with the right partnerships.
What we're trying to do now is we're trying to share with core participants from the UN to other mining companies to other NGOs and so on. We're trying to capture their understanding on what they think our core role is in this process. Do NGOs look at us and say you need to do this in supplier development, or you are a core element in health and education in South Africa? Are you a key player in enterprise development globally? And we're going through that process, and we're gaining clarity on what level of support we need to put in some areas. Where do we need to allow others to play a bigger role, but we stay connected? In which goals we can bring partners, but have no role to play, but we are a connector because we know and we have connections that others might not have. And in that way, you can see how a strategy is being formed. In that way, that for each dollar that we put, we get maximum impact, and we allow others to join the process too.
We'll look at the SDGs as part of the overall context of what we're doing as we think about shared value broadly, but also as we think about our consumer broadly. So in the same way we would look at some of the macro forces and trends, we recognize that this is a piece of the environment that we need to take into consideration. So it's an input. It won't steer us off a different course as our course is set, and we know what we need to do from a strictly business perspective, and we know how our shared value platform works and how our sustainability leadership priorities fit within our business framework. But we also want to take that into consideration, especially as we look at who the partners are that can help us, what different angles some of our different geographies might take and how those goals might affect them. And so we can tailor our needs appropriately and tailor our strategies cognizant of what's going on, but it won't steer us off course. We do have a set course, and we'll take that into consideration and move as necessary, but it's not as if we didn't have a strategy prior to the goals being established.